Tonight, the second part of Inside New Zealand's How to Spot a Cult is on TV3. And
That was so good.
It was very good. Inside New Zealand's been fantastic. And one of the areas of interest in this part of the documentary is the practice of Scientology.
Well, joining us now is one-time member Lance Hoskins, who had a first-hand insight inside the mind and workings of the strange religion. He joins us now. Good morning, Lance.
Good morning.
You were with Scientology for 20-plus years. Mm-hmm. How did you get into it in the first place?
A friend loaned me a copy of the book Dianetics. He couldn't understand it, and he knew I read that type of book, so he said, can you read it and explain it to me?
And you were hooked?
Yeah, it promises great things for people.
Well, what does, I mean, when you read that first book, what is the initial promise to get you in there?
He talks about a state known as clear, where a person gets rid of all their problems, all their upsets, all their psychosomatic illnesses, all their phobias, that type of thing. And it's a really desirable thing, you know. So that hooks you. You go, well, I'd like that, and I'd like to see other people get that.
You also managed to get a number of your family and friends into Scientology as well.
Yeah, I was a pro at it. There's training you do on how to get people recruited for Scientology, and I really excelled at that.
At what point did you kind of realise, hang on, I'm not here to get clear? You know, you describe it as a business that's there to rip people off in a way. At what point did you realise that?
Well, you don't ever realise it until you get out for about 2 weeks. While you're still surrounded by it, you're continually under the influence of that mindset. So for me, I got out, like I wasn't contracted on staff anymore, and then you get to a point where you think, well, I'm going to go on the internet and see what I can find out about for myself, and that's where you go, I've been conned.
But you lasted 23 years, though. What was the breaking point that made you think, this isn't for me anymore? I'm presuming that you spent more of your life in Scientology by that stage than you had out.
Yeah. It's so hard to explain. What happens is you become somebody else. Your identity is stolen. So you're filtering everything that you see or hear in life through L. Ron Hubbard's mind. So you're not actually thinking for yourself.
Yeah.
And so you don't ever think, oh, I must get out of here, because it's not part of the L. Ron Hubbard brainwashing program.
One of the big questions always comes up with Scientology, because, the people that do come out, and there's this talk about, did they really believe that the aliens come down and they threw them in the volcanoes and all that sort of thing? And now Scientology kind of say that that's not the case. Is that what happens?
OK. You don't get thrown that sort of stuff when you walk in the door. Hubbard uses that whole thing as a teaser to keep you involved. And you've got to endure a lot of mind control before you get up to that level to find out about it, and pay a lot of money. So you get told that secret about Xenu and all that, volcanoes and stuff. When you're so committed and so involved, you've got no other option but to believe it.
You're so grateful to have been led into this little club, I guess.
Yes, that's right. It's a mystery, and you finally go, oh, now I understand how the universe was formed and that type of thing. Why
do the celebrities get into it, do you think?
Because they're vulnerable. I mean, you put out a great movie, everyone loves you, and then you put out a turkey, it's hell for them. Lance,
what has being involved in this doco been like for you?
Well, it is empowering, because for up until now, nobody's been willing to speak out against Scientology. As soon as you do, they'll have lawyers sending you threatening letters like these, which I have here, right? These guys are serious at keeping you quiet. But since the documentary screened, I've seen other people that I've known from years ago are starting to come out and tell what they experienced too.
So the more of you that do it, the more power you have together.
And I guess they lose their power once there's enough of you kind of leaving the religion.